Hi, and welcome back. Today we will be doing a 10 legs around the Balkans. We will be continuing our way down south along the west coast of the Balkan area, heading towards Greece, I think. Not quite sure if we are gonna land in Greece or just north of it, but we're heading that direction. And I have just set up for takeoff, and we are already airborne. So let's find a nice altitude and enjoy the view once again. Today's flight will be around 30 minutes, and since we are mostly flying, not mostly flying over here, I thought we was going over sea, but we have to cut through between some mountains here, but I was thinking that we would settle in at a nice low altitude. Let's see if we can keep it here without getting into much trouble with the terrain. I think we will be doing a turn in 2 miles time, so we don't hit the mountain in front of us. Because if you take a quick look at our map here, we should be going eastbound, flying between the mountains, hopefully for a good view. Did gained a little bit of speed when I tried to level out, so we gained a little more altitude, but let's try and trim it in. And now our eastern turn. Looks like there's a river we can follow. Okay, I can control my plane, but the throttle doesn't animate. There we go. That was a weird bug I haven't seen before. What about our mixture? Enough to cut out. Okay. That was a weird bug. Never seen the panel not animate before. This would be beautiful to fly through. And we are ready to do our turn southbound. Well, this is a nice place to be and just sit back, relax, have a cup of coffee. You have to excuse me, it's not the easiest in VR, but kind of need it. It's beautiful to fly at a lower altitude than we're used to. And the terrain is somewhat flat, so should we get in trouble, I hope we could find a spot to land. But we are good on fuel, so don't think anything will happen. We got some nice clear skies. Well, it's like being on a vacation, this. Sorry for that. I know it's not nice to do on video. So we'll see if I can be without my coffee for the rest of the video. Does look like the terrain is ascending a little bit, so we might want to gain a little bit of altitude just to remain a bit of terrain clearance. Do we have any indications of how high we need to get? Not really. Does look like we need a little bit of altitude to get a well there. Maybe, just maybe we could go around, but even if we go around, it looks like we have to gain a little bit of altitude, so yeah, we better start doing it in good time. It was already started a little bit, but maybe we can be a little more aggressive on our climb to make sure that we get to where we need to be. $4,500. Let's see where that takes us. Looks like it should just be enough. think we are going down here. Maybe our waypoint will guide us over here, but then I will just fly around just to keep our clearance. If I could trim out, that is. Otherwise, we'll keep gaining altitude. Then we can definitely get by. Does it say 8.4 miles to our next waypoint? That would be plenty of space to go around the mountain instead of over it. So I'll just continue as planned. Let's just follow the river to the ocean here. I think that will be fine. Then I think we will be over the sea for the rest of the way. Pretty much as a hill here, but once again looks like we could go around. But my actual point was we could lose some altitude again. Looks like we have a nice little beach down here. beach with a great view up to the island. We can just sit back, relax, enjoying the morning sun. It is 6:35 a.m. So I think the time has advanced a little bit, because didn't we start to flying about 5 a.m. local time here? I think we did. Not quite sure how the time and the weather works in the bus trip, because we did have some clouds of some of the legs, but then when I came back to continue, the skies were clear, and they have been clear ever since. Not that I mind too much, but would have been nice to just have a little cloud somewhere instead of just the clear sky. It looks just a little bit fake. You can look in every direction and there's no clouds. Maybe we should spend a little time to see if we actually can control it ourselves. But I won't do that mid-flight, and especially not in virtual reality, so maybe when we land and set up for the next part of the trip, I can have a quick look, see if we can get some some clouds going. And speaking of landing, I think we should go over the water here. So, oh, sorry. So these hills, I would guess, these over here. So past them, and then we should came across our air slopes in that direction that we are flying. That's nice. So nice and easy approach. And since we are not any higher up than we are, we can just keep this altitude until we can actually see the airport. And I think it will be easy to spot for once. We have to... Oh, sorry, closed it. Nice size airport. Running around along maybe not a lake, but water on the one side and ground on the other. I think it should be easy enough to spot once we get there. Got a little off course here. That's because I know we have to get over there. But we have a waypoint in front of us, so we better follow that. I feel like, yeah, we have to follow this. We can go along this. So I think we will do a turn in a bit, in like 1 mile. Actually, just half a mile. And it looks like we are trimmed down nicely, so we are maintaining our altitude. That's always a good thing. And then a 90 degrees turns to the south. And now the question is, do we need to go above the hill there, or can we do with our current altitude? Because it feels kind of stupid if we have to climb now. Might have a waypoint. I was gonna say just before, but looking at this, looks like the waypoint would be on the other side. But then we can do a little roundabout here. It looks like it if we are following our GPS here. it actually does stay clear of the terrain. Don't know how they create this line, but it's not too accurate. But it's because we cannot see our points. So they have some kind of weird bicycle curve in the turns, so it's hard to see where the waypoints actually are. I just said it stayed clear of the terrain. But if I take that turn now, it's gonna end up wrong. But we have 7 miles to the next waypoint, so we'll just do the roundabout I just talked about. Also, it feels kind of stupid doing a roundabout here, because I think you have to go here. But then we don't get to enjoy the view of our little mountain here. Is that a mountain or just a big hill? You decide. Maybe I should look up the definition for hill and for mountain, because sometimes I'm in a bit of a doubt what's what. We have a little bit of a turbulence here around the terrain now, so seems like I unintentionally have gained a little bit of altitude. We are now at 27. I did kept it at 2200 for a long time. Might have been doing our turn. So I need to watch out for that, because we are gonna turn in for the approach in a bit. But it worked out beautiful, flying around it instead of through it. Sure was better than do a hasty climb. So I'm pleased. But it is a VFR flight. We should be allowed to do a little bit of what we want and not follow the GPS to the point. Nice beach down here. Looks like we have some of the resorts, so maybe with a big airport over there, this might be an island that thrives off tourism. Otherwise, I don't think an island of this size would need such a big airport. I think I have spotted a swimming pool and a resort of two, but and then that indication could also be a golf course, but I don't see that anywhere. Oh well. We have turned in for the approach, so I better keep a focus on that. It looks like we are. I was right. We have the airfield here, so we could just have went straight for it before. Looks like we have a nice harbor here too. It's a quite sizable airport and harbor. That looks like a cruise ship. I don't think we are the only tourist to be here. We are now on the glide slope. A little bit late, but we made it. Before the runway. Not really any wind, so this should be nice and easy. And that would be it for the 10th leg. We are really getting to the Southern Europe. And a bit more touristy area. Okay, we just have some weird flashing of the screen here. But thank you for tagging along. You now have the choice to stay in this beautiful island, and or you can join us for the next leg and continue the bus trip further south. I will let you decide, but I will be taking off again in a minute. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. See you in the next one.